So welcome back, guys. Welcome to a NoHateBro podcast. Today we have a special guest. Introduce yourself, brother.
You don't know Jay. Anyway, a J4, you see me? Boy, you can call me Javon, you see me?
Yeah, guys, you can check out him YouTube channel. He have some really good music. I personally see his music. You get me? He have some really good flows and lyrics. So you can check him out. Link will be down in the description.
Yes, guys. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. But further ado, let's get into this podcast. So how y'all doing?
Yo, I mean, like, we just want to talk. We really want to talk about the topics. You get me? So it's really get into it.
Get into it.
Yeah, get into it.
Alright, so the first topic is how many genders are there?
Alright, so there are only two genders, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
There's only two genders I know. God created, he said male and female.
Male and female.
And you have male, which is an adult male human being. A female, which is an adult female human being. Furthermore, I mean, like when you really look around, men came from women came from women. You get me? So, and also men have the living organisms to for example produce, and the women, like as I always use this analogy, we are the downloaders, they are the installers. You get me?
Which is right.
So I mean, like when you really look around, you mostly see men and women. You get me? So I honestly don't know any type of transgender any. But don't get me wrong, still you have, what should I say, hermaphrodite. As you can say, a man who born in for example, a vagina and a penis, but I mean, like you don't frequently see people walking around with that. It's like, for example, rare. You get me? You mostly see men and women. So I honestly think it's like, for example, what do you think about gender dysphoria? Gender dysphoria is, for example, the unease feeling of discomfort that maybe your gender was misplaced in the wrong body and your body was misplaced in the wrong gender. Because I honestly think that in itself it is bollocks. Because I mean, like, when you look around, you have a lot of people that have gender dysphoria. You have people that, for example, think that they're a girl. And we all know that how society is. Society accepts you for who you are. Gender identity, okay, I can be identified as a pig. And for example, I don't feel, so tomorrow I'm a wolf. I have to respect it. So I honestly think that it is overall rubbish. Gender is dysphoria in itself is rubbish. God created only two for example, genders. Male and female. That is the only thing I know.
That's the only thing I know too, because
when
I hear
so
about this
male
whole
XY and woman XX.
Yeah,
that's the chromosomes. Yeah. I mean, like if an archaeologist digs up a dead body, he can only identify it, as I said, male or female.
That's my opinion as well. You know, this I only believe that there is two genders.
Exactly.
But when you hear, oh, there are more than one genders, he, she, or they, them, and this, that, and I'm like, no, bro, that can't be, because in the Bible, God created male and female. He created them. Only two genders alone. So where in this society people start make up some other gender and say, oh, there are more than one genders in this society?
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, yeah, for example, this, you have that type of gender. And I'm saying, like, come on, bro. Like, come on. You do the transformation, but you're still biologically a man. You're still biologically a woman. I mean, like, I can't do anything about, for example, that I'm a girl or a man. I only can, for example, just be the best prototype version of myself.
Yeah.
That is the only thing I can do. So, for example, that, oh, I can be what if I told you that, you know what, I want to be identified as a 60-year-old black American lesbian? What would you say about that? That's crazy. You get me? You can't change your age. I'm now 20 years old. I can't change my age. So how can you now change your gender? It's rubbish.
It's bollocks.
Doesn't make any sense.
No sense at all. But
And this now leads to the other topic, bullying. You get me? So what do you guys think about bullying? Because do you think bullying is bad or not?
Well, bullying, that's totally not a good thing. And from my youth still, you know, from my youth I grew up, I was one of them whenever, like, you know, to get bullied and then thing, you see it. Yeah, first time I get bullied still when I did our primary school. You see me? No, I lie. I left out of primary school and just dropped in high school. You see it, and I think me that sell some banana chips. You see me? Yeah, and some nigga forward and say, yo, give me what you have in your bag or you know what time it is. Me I say, oh boy, give what me have in my bag. Then time I spend half a whole of my lunch money just buy banana chips in a bag of banana chips to go sell back. Man, them I say, oh, Ray. I say, alright, yeah, man, I take it fuck up, you know. But I am thing me do still. You see it? Take the broke up. Take the broke up and go back to school. You see it? Go back to school the next day. You say, oh man, put bag over my head and take my banana chips and really. But oh, any idea in a charge it. You look on it, you know. I always, when I dance, you know, my neighbor say soft. Them always bully somebody who them feel like them strength, you see me?
Yeah, I mean like when you look around the world, I mean like the superior always take advantage of the inferior. So I mean like that it is what it is. So
Bullying to me is not, me personally, I'm not, that bullying is just them you they're just them just not worth it to me. You see me?
Yeah.
Because as in say yo, why would you try to degrade somebody just because them look small or just because them look this type of way or act this type of way? But remember say yo, in this society, you know, when we used to be in high school and you know we start know the streets to all that.
Yeah, man.
Them always I say, yo, you know, say I'm most simplest man, I'm the most deadliest man. But the man, them love chat to them out. Your bad man will do this and bad man will do that. And the most cowardice man them on the road. Is it me because I know say, yo, boops, a man come to him with knife. And I go say, yo, say, alright, me get this. But the most quietest man more while brother will clutch back more while and will say, cool. Watch out. Go on talk, man. Anything you want to say. But we know it in our mindset, say we not follow nobody.
that's true.
You see me, we not follow people. So you see when them come to we now for one like them inferior daddy, or superior I should say, you see me, them are gonna say, but you know, I can't take anything from me because I'm a bad man and I'm a bad this. When you see as groups in your school done now, and you make a one phone call, yo, waste man, because if you call, you should have buckle man, brother, in my days in high school, brother, them say, yo, never try war a man, you dig it than him. Because you always going to lose. You see me small nobody and me now get up there and fight them big thick crusty kid boy them. Because I know one punch them to give me I'm dead. You see me? So more while brother I'm just clutch back and I say, cool, do what you do. But you see when they make the phone calls it's a different story that they must say, make such man easy in the daddy and ray. You see me? So them bullying thing brother to me, I not feel like say they in them right mind when they do them thing at this point.
Alright. I like your guys' point of view, and I'm going to really like give a little much more insight on it because what you guys saying is true now. I'm like gonna change the perspective of how we have to view bullying because I honestly think bullying is good. I think bullying is good.
Why you think bullying is good?
The reason why I say bullying is good, if you take away bullying from society, for example, look at it. For example, gender dysphoria. You have people now going from women to men to women. You get me? God only created two genders. There's only two genders I know. As I said, women are the source of procreation. Men are the, for example, living organisms. Downloaders, installers. This is how you have the overall human being society. You get me? So, for example, if you put, for example, a transgender woman, so a man come from a woman, which is a biological man, do you think if they have sex, they're going to have kids? No. You get me? So, we understand now that man need women and women need men. Boom. If you take away bullying from society, people can now do what they feel like. Bullying, I honestly think it gives, for example, the society a much more construct rules, construct laws. It makes it go consecutive, so to say. You get me? Continuously following. So, for example, if I rob the woman, you get me? And for example, in public half a tree, and everybody catch me, they can't just turn me over to the police, but you know what they're going to do? They're going to beat me. You get me? I know that for sure. It's high probability that they're going to beat me. You see, when they beat me now, I understand that, here what, when I go again to steal, for example, a purse, I'm going to get beaten, boxed, kicked. So I know, understand that, here what, bullying tells me what is acceptable from society and what is unacceptable from society. You get me? And don't get me wrong still now. As I said, like, for example, the men that take advantage of the inferior ones, I honestly think that there's no father figure in the house that happens. Because we all understand that, here what, if, for example, you put a child in the house, do you think that the mother can discipline like how the father discipline the child? No. Because you understand that discipline comes from the father, right? So, for example, the child said, Daddy, I want the tablet, and Mommy, I want the tablet. And the mother said, go and sit down. And the father comes in and says, shut your mouth. Shut up. Okay, I don't understand that here. This is the hardcore discipline of the man. Discipline comes from a man. What comes from a man is rules. You have laws. You have this, you have that. And that overall creates society. You get me? So, if you, for example, because I know that if, for example, my father, I came home and said, Dad, someone punched me in my face at school, he's going to tell me that, here what? If I don't stand up to him and make him know, say, you're the man too, I'm punching back in his face, and take advantage of it. If there's no father figure in the house now, I'll kill him and this and that. There's no discipline. You get me? So, I honestly think bullying is good. Because, why? For example, if I go out, for example, I'm fat, I don't go to the gym, all I do is jerk off, I eat snacks, I watch Netflix, I totally literally waste my time. When I go, people are bullying me. Oh, you're fat, you're lazy, you're this and that. Don't you think that is bad? It's the same constructive bullying. You get me? It's the same constructive bullying. But why? We don't understand that here what? This is acceptable and this is unacceptable. So I honestly think that bullying is good. We should bring back bullying. We should bring back bullying in
We don't feel like. We don't believe that.
Of course. We should bring back bullying in the society, honestly.
To be honest, on my perspective, me don't say no, bullying is not a good thing because watch this now. When I say bullying, bro, a whole heap of thing go in depths,
Yeah, but this thing is in the art here.
Watch this. You can do something to me today, I'm gonna like it,
Yeah.
I do it tomorrow and again, and I'm gonna like it, Suppose me come every day and take away my food from me, I'm gonna like that.
Yeah.
Eh? Where believe what I'll go on one day,
What happened?
Eh? Me nah get dark, man, and I take up something and clot, man.
And then do what?
Then do what?
Yeah.
Me not just live on.
No, but no.
Can you ever bully me, charge it?
And
you say you come for your one today, You come for your one, because watch you don't come like this, duels. You ever go to school and hear them tell you about you have to pay duels? You know them thing there? No, wait no man, you know them thing there, cause...
Yeah, we
alright. So, when you say it's a good thing, not to me, bro, because it'll end up, it's either one or the other, somebody are dead, because somebody not gonna like something, cause...
And this is why I say that to an extent where you guys are bringing, you have to understand now, bullying is different from violence. You have to understand that. Bullying is saying that you're fat, giving them constructive criticism. That is bullying. Telling them what is acceptable from society, what is unacceptable from society. As I said bro, if I steal a woman's purse in half a tree publicly and people see me, they could simply turn me over to the police. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to beat me. So next time I steal a purse...
No, that's not bullying. That's not bullying.
It is considered violence, but overall bullying is telling you what is acceptable from society and what is unacceptable. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it.
Cause
it is what it is.
If you thief somebody's purse out the road, or you grab something from somebody out the road, you wanna consider that as bullying. That's stealing. Yeah, so you see, when you get you beaten, no, you deserve your beating. Nobody now go and turn you over to the police.
Exactly, and
why them turn you over to the police?
And this is why I'm trying to say that when there's no father figure in the house, they tend to violence, negativity, chaos. These type of things.
But look, even when there is some form of father
figure, that just that show you know.
No.
Alright, watch this. Let me say something. Can I say something? Can I say something, fam?
Okay.
Alright. You see me, they're my father and deal, And from my youth till now,
Yeah.
You see? So when I tell you, say, when I say father, I'm my mother charge it. You see?
So wait there. Pause. What do you guys call a father? Because I, for example, Mahal and they can be fought 40 and all of these things.
Yeah.
For example, say I'm going to buy some sex at for example, at a prostitution house.
Yeah.
And I didn't wear any condom because I was the urge of sex got over me and I for example didn't wear a condom and I get her pregnant. I am no father,
Yeah.
So what is the difference? Do you know what is a father figure from a real father? We have a lot of fake fathers living under the, for example, the name father,
Yeah.
But they're not fathers. I want to say a real father, bro. A real father will not tell you, say, hey, what? You're going to take up a gun and murder. No. A real father is going to say, hey, what? You're a man now. The world is a very cold place. You have to learn to stand up for your rights. You have to learn to do this. You have to learn to do that. Bullying is good. The type of thing, no, the reason I'm saying the type of thing that you guys are thinking about is violence. You guys are thinking about killing, chaos, and all of these things. That is not.
No, that's
bullying
not.
Is different from violence, bro.
Because, as we say again, alright, this is bullying. Watch this now.
Saying, if a thief somebody purse now after cheating.
That's bullying. That's not.
and the people them see you in a public area, right? And them not gonna come to you and say, "Oh, bad man, you just steal woman purse, come here, I can't go to the police." No,
I get a beating.
you're more likely to get beaten up.
And don't you think that is good?
Why is that good?
I mean, why is that
Me
good? He's
feel
suffering
it
the
good
consequences
enough.
of what he did. The action.
So you consider that bullying? Would not consider
Yeah,
violence
that
because
violence,
them
that's
can
violence,
beat you to
bro.
the point where
You're dead.
So isn't that violence?
but
That's
that-
not bullying. Because bullying, as you're saying, bullying is like
Me come
you
every
understand
day.
from your mistakes and you learn. You get consequences and you learn from it. You see me? Basically, that's what you say. You see me? But it is a sense where somebody goes to boops and you get beaten up. You know, most live
What do you guys consider as bullying? What do you guys consider as bullying?
as me. Bullying would have come to a sense where, to me, it's like what would I get an example of?
Because bullying can never be measured in. Some people can call bullying, for example, as I said, I'm fat, I'm lazy, I don't do anything articulate, I don't do anything unique to self-improve myself. And when I go out, I say, hey, what I want that bad bitch, I want her to do what I do. But in real society, I have to create value as a man. And then when you guys tell me no, I'm fat, I'm saying, hey, what? You're not respecting me because I'm a human being. That is bullying.
That's what.
So this is why I said bullying is good, but the type of thing that you guys are thinking about, violence, it is not. Bullying is different from violence. Bullying keep the society in for example, in place, you know. Bullying keep the society in place.
No, bro.
Robert.
Alright, me not cut you again.
Go on.
What they, I don't know if you're watching media. One little youth, them put a ground, like all the youth are littler than him. You see it? And kick the little youth in his spine.
And as I said, when
What you
those
call
things,
that?
when those
What you
things,
call that?
as I said, when those things happen, there is no father figure in the house. That is violence. Violence is different from bullying. I told that already.
So
Violence is different from
based on the scenario
Sure,
that you gave earlier on, what would you consider that as?
What when, for example,
Well, the stealing,
so the mob beating, for example, the stealer for stealing the purse.
yeah.
I honestly think that is constructive bullying.
No, bro.
So he understands that here, what if I steal again, I'm going to get beaten. I'm going to do years of
So in
prison.
a
I
case
won't do it
where
again.
you get beaten up until you're broke bone and you probably don't live, where you consider that then?
Consequence of action.
Alright, we consider this
So
as,
if
bro.
you're dead, is still bullying? If you die, it's still bullying.
I mean, like, no, it's a death, but I mean, like, you have to face the
But
consequences.
it's not violence.
Yeah, it is violence.
So wouldn't you say that bullying has similarities to violence? Then?
Yeah, as I said, it cannot be measured. But I'm saying it is good for the society because, as I said, if you take away bullying, I walk around fat, I'd walk around lazy, I'd walk around doing what I can do, transgender, homosexuality, all of these insanities. When you have bullying, people understand that, here, what, I'm a man, I can't walk around wearing a skirt and a panty and saying, I'm going to get beaten. Especially in Jamaica, and you guys know that as Jamaicans for sure. And this is why I say bullying is good. Bullying is different from violence.
But
and
that
bullying.
still not stop them, bro.
It cannot be measured.
Where then
It
call
cannot be
this?
measured.
Where then
That's
call
why I understand that
this?
some people think that, here, what, if I'm fat and you tell me that I'm fat, that is bullying.
Where then call this? Cause there's my food right there,
can't
so
be
you
measured.
come, you take on my food like this. I'm go buy one juice,
Yeah.
I'm come, you take on my juice like this. Then buy them, you ain't no nothing, you know. You
Yeah.
just see me in my class, you know. You buy one snacks, and you take with that from
Yeah.
me too. Where you call that?
That's bullying.
Okay,
So let me ask you a question.
let's get it clear.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Now.
Yeah.
If you take away trauma from a man's life, are you going to build a man or a boy?
Yeah?
If you take away trauma from a man's life, are you going to build a man or a boy?
Are you going to be build a man or a boy? Alright. When I say if you are gonna be a man or a boy, you know, if you take a trauma from somebody,
From a man's life,
yeah.
are you going to build a man or a boy?
I'm a man, bro.
No, you can never.
If I take a
If you take away trauma from a man's life, you're going to build him into a boy. As I said, as I said, you have a lot of men that are living under the constructive, for example, name as a father or as a man. But when you really check the, for example, the attributes and the traits and the personal things that they do, they're not anything like a man. Their mentality is even immature. So this is why I say that trauma has to be implemented in a man's life for him to become a man. Bullying is part of that. When you go to high school, these things are going to happen. It's inevitable. But you have to understand that, here what, this is how the world stays. I have to accept it and I have to adapt and say, here what, okay, here what. What I'm going to do is take away, put all of this trauma and put it in positivity.
But
It is what
you're
it is.
saying, being a real father, as you say, being a real father is different from a fake father.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so Boops, for example, you have a real father, right? But you still go school same way. Your father tell us, say, Boops, don't do this, don't do that. But you still go school or still go wherever and do that same way. Wouldn't you, would it be the father's problem?
Yeah, it would be father's problem.
But if it's a real father, you say the real father would do this and tell you the right things for do. A fake father, and chit chat. But a real father say, Boops, don't do this and don't do that. When you go to school, don't do this. Boops, you go to school and say, you know, some father tell me this, but you still have to do it. Because you know, certain things we as young youths, because of sometimes when we're younger, parents tell for this and we still go do it same way.
Yeah,
Parents know the right, but we still have the wrong.
Yeah.
So would you blame the parents or would you even blame
you have to blame yourself.
instead?
You have to blame
You have
yourself.
to just simply blame yourself. Who else can I blame? I mean, like, if I'm going to
So
tell you
that's why
that...
I wouldn't take it from the fact that he wouldn't be a real father. It would be my problem that I didn't follow my parents' rules.
Exactly,
And
and
regulation.
that's
and this is why I say, if you have father figures in the house, at least the child can say, well, nobody did say, show me this, well, the environment do this and this, and because you have to understand that sometimes the environment impact the young youth
Yes.
to kill violence and all these
Most
things.
definitely.
But-
It definitely impacts.
exactly, but when you have father figures in the house, real fathers, if I step out and say, for example, I'm going to hold a gun, it is now going to play in my consciousness and say, hey, what? No, some father, you tell me this for true. And father, you tell me that's
Because
true.
remember, a real father figures
Exactly.
to you right from
Exactly.
wrong.
And this is why-
wrong from right.
Exactly.
So you know you're gonna say, Boops, if your father say, don't kill a man, you're not gonna get up and go kill a man because you're gonna know the consequences of killing a man. You're probably gonna dead. You're
Exactly.
probably gonna put trauma upon your own
Exactly.
family itself.
Exactly.
You see me, I put everybody in danger, you can go to jail. You see me? So being a real father, I would say, is knowing the right from wrong. Your father tell you don't do this and don't do that. But it would be you as the son or daughter to say, yo, my father told me not to do this, so I'm not going to do that. As much as the environment may impact our lives, it all comes down to us. The choices that we make as youths. I'm not gonna put the blame on the parents. Say, yo, Boops, my parents not tell me this, and my parents not tell me that.
You
My
used to
father
know
tell
that,
me,
man.
say, yo,
Common
don't
sense,
go in
man.
a badness. I'm not gonna go in a badness because he tell me the consequences of badness.
badness, yeah.
You see me? So me not gonna do that. So that is a real father. I'm not a real father now. You might go, yo, you know, say, I'm boy, hey, yo, I want to carry a gun in there, say, I give bad impacts on your life, tell
And
you
bad
negative
advice.
things.
And bad advice.
And even if you tell himself, you can just derone him in the home.
And know,
And him just know, say,
simplest thing,
a problem.
nothing ever go on, man. You know, say like if you go on road and play all football too hard, then your father, your mother say, oh, and the father, make sure you go do your homework, do your chores. You know, you never do that. You know, say, yo, watch out, alright, I'm going later, you know, say, it's a whopping that. You see? No, me that's
that's
something,
real,
you see?
So you know, understand that when you have father figures in the house, they differentiate what
Yeah,
is
man.
bullying from violence.
Yeah.
And this is why you have good, and this is why it is good to have father figures. So now this leads us to the, for example, the next topic, what is the role of a man? Because as I said, you have some men that are living under the name of men, but they're not really men. So
All
what?
of a man, as I said, in a family perspective, protect and to provide. Right? As a father, right from wrong. As a uncle, right from wrong.
I mean, like,
You
what-
see me?
Yeah.
Them I tell you the right things. So my personal view of
The
role
role.
as a man would be to categorize it, to protect, provide, instill good characteristics. Or instill good characteristics to, you know, you can so that the US youths can go to the world and say, oh, oops, this is right, this is wrong. We tell younger generations, say, oh, don't do this and don't do that. Because what? We are youths, we
Been
eventually
there
are
and
growing
done
a
that.
man. We eventually are growing a man. So, role as a man, instill the right characteristics. A good man. You see me? A good man. A bad youth, you know, say, oh, bad father, say, oh, you know, bad man, if you laugh for them, you know, just don't say, slap in my face. And
Well,
certain things.
Well, I mean, like, the role as a man, you know, bro, you have to give a really wide characteristic of it, you know, because you have to understand that life as a man is exceptionally hard. And I honestly think that one of the main traits men need to overall implement in their lives, this trait is so important that not having this trait can make you even feel less of a man. It can make you even feel like not a man. You get me? It can cause doubt, lack of confidence, and even low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And this is called masculine frame. Masculine frame can come from like trauma, as I said. If you take away trauma from a man's life, he will not be a man. So you have to, for example, let him go through stoicism. Stoicism is enduring hardship and hard times without complaint or even showing emotions. And we all know that most men do that. Maybe they get a heartbreak, maybe they have a rough day at work, and the girlfriend asks him like, "Darling, what's the problem?" He say, I'm okay. You get me, but you don't know what you feel inside. Men have to build the roads, men have to build the infrastructures, men have to build the cars, men have to pave the roadways, men have to go in the sewers. Men build the world. You get me? So I can't be too hard on the men because I am a man myself.
Yeah.
We're all speaking. We can tell that life as a man is hard.
Yeah, man.
You have to understand now. Look at, for example, woman versus a man.
Yeah, man, woman get things with ease.
Exactly.
But you see, alright, to be honest, like you say that still, you know. To be honest, you see it, as a man, that's why a man have to just be a man, you see it. Because you see, when you not be a man and you like, they say you become a woman. You see me? No, for real, they say become a woman because a duty as a man, as they say from earlier on, is to, you see me, provide and out there, a work, protect, you see me? And them thing that, when it come on to family base and a man now, you know you have a family, you know, say, yo, you are head of your family, you see it. No matter about the lady within your family, you are head. You have your youth, you have your woman, and every little thing. So you know, say, yo, alright, grocery for buy, and me have to go, you see me? Very light, and me that, you see me? You see me?
Masculine frame, as I said.
But when a man stays a booms now and sit down in yard every day, you see me? I say, alright, for example, him not working or nothing at all, and him just sit down and he expects, alright, yo, John, there are 2 bills now tomorrow I come link here. I say, yo, John, there are 2 bills now. I see Mahal now. I say, yo, bro, there are 2 bills now. You see me? Tomorrow I same thing again. No, bro, that is not a man now. You see it, you behave like you want to live off of somebody. You don't want to work. You see it? Yeah, so as a man, you have to play a man role, not a woman role. You see me? Because if you are going to wait for somebody for you stretch out and it not going to work. And
no, we have to use it all. We can also state that, say, yo, it's based on what the Bible said. Yo, man need to take up this, like this one phrase in the Bible, it says, by so to your bro, you shall eat bread. You see me?
That's right.
Man definitely need to put that into perspective because if you not do that, you're not a man.
Alright, we now cut it again. A man we see on a site or on a building every day, or somebody we see do construction work. You see me? Him then I son every day now. Would you believe it's right for that man after him do up there saying the sun every day? You see me? You see him one day, you come to him and say, Pari, we are there that to that pay run. Later, nice drinking bar and thing. You see me?
Yeah.
And father said to you, say, oh, charge you, know, say, oh boy, money I'm getting every 2 weeks. You see me?
Yeah.
Budget out of way, you see me, so I can't drink no rum later. Man, I say, charge you, want to money about I can't drink no rum later, rare. Broke you $1,000, man, I broke a 2. You see me? But watch this now. Him sit down on film in him pocket and him stay so. You see as you're gone, remember you don't throw him say, oh, you can't. See him stays and you see him squeeze out film in the class stays and put on and say, why, later when me go in and when me go eat, I'm more, you're right now, you're me a special there. Me a dragon there. You see me? And him now see man when I come off I work and say, oh, father, come here there. Buy a juice there, or buy a water there. You understand? But you rather take it off of the man where you see like sun hot, where I work and I sweat. You see me? And I work for female, but you just want to stay so and sit back.
Me believe say it's them type of male in
Yeah.
a society, them man a man.
No,
Because
sir.
watch out. You know, as the same scenario that I use, me wouldn't consider him a man. Because you see a real man or a man will know what he want in a life, he might go know for budgeting things. Me can't go so book better. If me not rich, I'm not satisfied. How can you be poor and feel satisfied? and you're not rich, and you'd even reach nowhere near rich as it. You dip on construction site every day. You get paid approximately like let's say 50 grand every 2 weeks. You see me? You go to book, you have light bill for pay, water bill for pay. You have say, oh, probably want other one little piece on the house right so. Or probably want to do this, do that. You see me? For better your life. But how can you get up every day as you get paid books? Yo, father, we'll go at bar now. Go flat. That's not a man, brother. That's not a man mentality. If you get what I say. You see me? Because if you forget up every day, come to yo, bro. You know, so as we get paid, we need to go break it off. No, fam. Brother, me as a man, brother, me knowing if me then a place there, for go to book in that situation, right? Me now get up say, oh man, come in. Every day we go bar, we go floss off, we go buy the newest iPhone. As we get paid, we just save up 2 paycheck buy one new iPhone. When you buy the new iPhone, when the money we got have for care go work the next day. You see me? Right, so I'm not consider that a man.
Let me kind of implement something now, in my opinion, because I totally understand what you're saying, and that's good because I mean, like, God give us. I don't know if some men know, but God give us the gift of work. We work to receive, we receive to work.
Yeah.
Men should understand that I have to work to receive, and as I said, receive to work. I'm going to use this as a gift. Some men don't born with hands and they still working. I have 2 hands that can do anything I want. Anything that human brain can conceive and believe, it can be transmuted into laws of nature.
Yeah.
So in other words, I'm saying that nothing is impossible. With God it is possible, with man it is impossible. How do you spell impossible? IMPOSSIBLE, right?
Yeah.
So when you separate, I'm possible. Furthermore, what I'm trying to say is that it can't really be too hard on the men, you know. Which, as I said, it is not right to live after our next man's success. Because, as I said, he went through the same trauma. Men don't understand that here what success is toil, blood, hard work, rehearsal, repetition, study, discipline. You get me? Nothing about success. You have to go across along these things. You have to walk the rainy days to get to the sunny days. If you walk the sunny days only, you're not going to get to your destination. The rainy days is also to understand that you have to work to the hard days too. A smooth sea never makes a good sailor, you know. A rough sea makes a good sailor. So what I'm trying to say, as I said, life as a man is exceptional hard. So you can't really be too hard on the men. So you have to show them here what you need to do this, you need to do that. Because you have to understand now. It's only 2 things for a man, you know. Either he gets financially stable or he's fucked. I'm telling you. Women on the other hand, they have a lot of options, you know. As I said, Javon said, a woman can go out, for example, she's going into a taxi. A man can be a gentleman and open the door for her. A man can see a woman, a sexy, attractive woman struggling with some bags. And he now feels obligated to help her. When you look upon it as a man I say, well, man in influence to struggle with bags. You get me? So, exactly. But a woman now, she can say, well, I don't have any subjects. I can go on OnlyFans. I can sell feed pictures. I can marry that man, and then when he dies, I can inherit all the millions. I can marry that rich man. I can do this. You have a lot of options and route to get to success.
Only option them
exactly.
Have, man.
For a man now, it is only one way to success. It is hard work, blood.
It is blood and sweat.
Exactly.
Blood and sweat, bro.
So it can't really be too hard. So it can't really be too hard on the men, as I said, bro. The men build the world. It can't really be too hard on them. But as I said, you have to still understand that here what. Life as a man is exceptional hard. We still need men. Men are still necessary. We still need real men that, as I said, masculine frame has to be implemented. Masculine frame has to be implemented through stoicism, enduring hardships without showing emotions and stuff. Men need to understand that you masculine frame can, for example, I want to do an interview. I'm confident. I'm bold. I have a tenacious mindset. I believe anything that I can conceive in my human being. So, for example, we all want to do an interview. I have already mentally confirmed that I have passed that. And then you guys with the dubious mindset, well said, I don't really know if I can pass, you get me? But I know with the tenacious mindset and say, here what? Unu can do this, unu can do that, unu can do this, and motivate unu. Unu know, get the light that has shone upon me off of unu. So unu feel, say, oh, yeah, good I know, you get me? So you have to understand that men need to overall implement masculine frame. You get me? For example, when you look, his girlfriend cheated on him. Oh, yeah, me and this and start flinging and box her up and look at him then. No. Masculine frame is being able to control the emotions and acting according to our situation, whether be good or not. You get me? So I honestly think that masculine frame should be implemented. Men should do these things. I understand that here what life as a man is exceptional hard. I'm not going to wait for a handout, because if I wait for a handout, life is just going to blow me away like shaft in the wind. You get me? So they have to understand that here. Because most men, they spend their time on a lot of distractions. Most men are not willing to sacrifice and put away the distractions and say, hey, what? I am young right now. I need to be working. I need to be pushing towards my goal, investing in financial aptitude. I can articulate a plan for success.
Yeah.
Most men are watching Netflix. Women can also be a distraction. As I said, this is either two pains they can feel, It's either the pain of regret or the pain of discipline. I don't want to feel the pain of regret. Waking up, for example, at the age of 65, knowing that I could have created success. I'm living in a rent house. I don't have a job. That is the pain of regret. You can't do anything about that. The time has done be taken away from you. But the pain of discipline now, and say, hey, what? I'm young right now. I can't be letting Netflix distract me. Women distract me. You need to sacrifice these things and push away these things and focus on the purpose and the goal and the value. That is discipline, and that is also pain. I sometimes don't like to go to work, but I still do it because I understand that I need to get paid.
Alright, enough time to, enough time me I work, man. And when me I work, I say, Jaja, I have to get up so early like morning. I have to say, but if I get up early,
Exactly.
me I get a piece of butters in my pocket. Yo, if me not go work today, me I get a piece of butters there. You see me, so you have to pre, cause watch you now. I don't want tomorrow me get up and me I say, oh, Jaja, I don't have no money in my pocket, and if me go work today, could I have a piece of money there? But no. You see me?
And even where we are the right now, this is work.
As I said,
Discipline, if we can get up every Sunday, every day, every little time we have free, we get to put in a podcast. Discipline that, because why? We are trying to strive for a better life.
As I said, there's only two things for money now. It's discipline or the pain of regret. I don't want to feel the pain of regret.
No, I don't want to feel that.
Regret.
Let me tell you this, when you feel the pain of regret, that can also make you lose your mental space. Losing the mental space is not something where you can walk up the road and come back and get.
No,
you might lose your mental space for life.
Fully, man.
You get me? So I honestly would rather deal with the pain of discipline. I don't want to go to the gym sometimes. I feel tired. I don't want to lift up the heavy weights, guys. It's heavy on my body. I can literally feel the pressure. But I still do it. It's discipline. Motivation is not a real thing. If I motivate you, for example, eat single day and you do anything, that's not a real thing. Discipline is a real thing. And this is why I say men should implement masculine frame. Acting according to a situation, whether or not you're feeling good or bad. I don't wake up and say, what? I'm not happy. How can I get happy? I say, wait, well, I'm not happy. How can I perform regardless I'm not feeling happy? That is a real thing.
So,
and most men don't understand these things.
So, what do you think are some hypocrisies that shadows away the way a parent grows his or her child?
Alright, the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, that when he grow old, he never depart from it.
Yeah.
So, furthermore, you have to understand that when a child is born, he is, for example, a result of ancestor evolution. You get me? So, for example, you look at your dad and say, yo, well, mom, dad hands and mom here. So, it's come from all way back down to your bloodline to you. And this is why sometimes they can say, well, he has similarities of his mom, his dad, his granddad, and all of these things. You have to understand that the child is only born with a body. Because the child does have, for example, the age of consciousness to think or germinate his or own thoughts. He can't think for himself. He can't say, hey, what, mom, I want to be a doctor. He's a child. And this is how the parents step in. When the parent steps in now, the first thing the child starts to adopt is appearance.
Yeah.
So the parent should know, show him the way, the golden rule, the laws of nature, this and that, so he can overall go into the right way, his or her. Furthermore, the child starts to adopt, for example, the environment, as I said, the parents, the brothers, the sisters, anything that is around him and enclosed in his area. So furthermore, when the child starts to adapt on these things, if I, for example, Mahal Henderson as a father say, well, I am afraid of heights, the child will know instill that in his memory and say, well, I'm afraid of heights too. He's a child. As I said, he doesn't reach the age to think of consciousness to germinate the still alive thoughts. So furthermore, you need to understand that you need to grow the child to overall germinate the thoughts of positivity. Because you have to understand that the laws of nature forces you to conform to her laws. If I, for example, throw my phone and know it's going to fall, that's gravity. I have to abide by that, right? So when you understand that, you have to abide by the laws of physics. If you're not thinking positive thoughts, you know what nature is going to force you to think? Negative thoughts. And that is just how it is. You understand that when you go into an environment, the dominant influence forces others conform to it, right? This is why you have, for example, the bad environments produce gunmen, steals, robbers, rapists, and all these things. It's the dominant influence. So if the dominant influence is not implemented in the, for example, the whole soul of the child is going to fulfill the thoughts with the negative or the positive. It is what it is. So the parents now should understand and teach a child how to, for example, create positive thoughts. If I am rich enough, I'm not going to teach my, for example, I'm not going to give my son, for example, a rich life and all these things. I would, but I would also teach him to, for example, go for further wisdom and knowledge. Because when you really look at, for example, the rich people and the rich sons and all of these things that inherit the richness, they don't have the wisdom, much less the knowledge to maintain or even acquire it. And this is why they, for example, they indulge in smoking, drinking, which leads to procrastination and slowing down the mind. And this is how they get in gun violence. This is how they get overweight because they're eating these rich food and there's no discipline.
It come easy to them,
Exactly.
so they don't have to
Yeah,
do
man.
much.
Them not have to do much. Them not have to do no bird. Them not have to do nothing.
And
Yo,
and
16-year-old you drive a car.
Your
Yeah,
pains,
for
your
real,
pains.
for real,
And
man.
then when you look and you say, oh, but I mean, like, he's 16 years old, how can he get this?
Yeah,
You
man.
get me? But when you really
Into it.
interact with them, they don't even know shit. You
Yeah,
get me?
for real,
As
for
I
real.
said, they
That's
For
don't.
why
real,
we
man.
that go through the Thailand
Ca-
living are more knowledgeable.
And this is why I
And
say,
them.
as a parent, you should teach a child how to, for example, create and germinate positivity.
Yeah.
How to create things that are good. How to overall develop a good character. You have to understand that thoughts lead to deeds, deeds lead to actions, action lead to habits, habits lead to character, character lead to destiny. So you understand that is overall a process, which is a progress.
Yeah.
You know how should teach a child how to, for example, make the step of positivity, articulate a plan to success, knows that here what I should treat everybody with respect. When he instills these things in it, the child will now come of an age of consciousness and dwell upon these things because it is now instilled from a tender age.
time,
You
yeah.
get me? These are just simple morals.
Yeah,
And as
car.
I said, the rich people, they don't really teach these people things. They
No,
deprive,
man.
for example,
Them
the
do-
labor force.
them
They
do
take
something-
away that.
Them do something. Alright, say for instance, say, oh daddy, you know want a iPhone 14. And father say, oh, alright son, for your birthday, rare. I said, daddy, I to them to them see one of my friend, them would want to school, rare. As the dance they say, ah! And ball 2 times.
Amazon set speed.
the
Ship
phone,
tomorrow.
Exactly.
But
And-
you see, if the parent, it's alright, here what? You know, say, no, say, you know, you have to learn and know, say, oh,
hard work is
Hard work.
important, so you can know the value
alright.
of it.
So, I will get you the phone, yes,
But you have to work for it.
okay.
And then, and this is why I say, when you deprive, for example, labor force of work from, for
Yeah.
example, a rich family, the child will not know the value of it. And you
No.
have to understand now, the happiest people on earth are the people that came from a poor to a rich family because they understand the hard
Hard
work
work,
of
yeah,
value.
man.
People that hear what I say iPhone, I get iPhone. The fuck? Why you going to know the value of it? It's just the value, you know, bro. When you look at a Lamborghini, do you see Lamborghini frequently in Jamaica? No.
No.
You see Lamborghini really in Jamaica. And when you look at it, you say, wow. You get me? So, for example, hypothetically speaking, 10 years to buy a Lamborghini. I know feel the value of because why? I worked 10 years for it. So that's
for real,
overall
man.
that created the value, you know, just the hard work, you know.
Lord sweat.
Just the hard work. So hard work has to be implemented. And as I said, this is how the hypocrisy comes in. Because why? The child understands that he what? Normally, I tell daddy I want an iPhone and I get an iPhone. You get me? Oh, daddy now do this, daddy now do that. Oh, mommy now do this. Say no, say mommy are this and that and she not really going good and John no star. Your mother not really good enough. This is how the hypocrisy comes now. As I said, nature forces you. If you're not thinking positive thoughts, it's going to force you to think negative thoughts. You get me? So when you train up the child how to think positive thoughts, he's going to germinate alternatives, how to generate
Yeah,
positive
man,
thoughts.
positive, our negative come,
Exactly.
conquer negative.
Exactly.
You see
And
me,
this is
know
why
for
it is
deal with
good to
negative.
implement these things from early. It is so simple more as I said.
But I know, so if I tell you the truth still, and I always, and I always go, like, that way they still like it depends on how a child choose to grow to, because he can choose to grow good at the moment,
Yeah.
and at the end, it's a bad apple.
Well, don't get me wrong still now.
You see it?
Don't get me wrong.
Because it's all about mindset again, you know, because me can choose
Yeah.
your what me I say now?
Destiny.
Me can choose your destiny for you now. When me a father, me can only guide you and tell you the right, for you do the right.
And don't get me wrong still. That is very true. But
Yes,
what
it.
I'm saying is that the high probability if you, for example, implement
Yeah, man.
discipline, respect,
Straight.
loyalty and all of these things, even if your mother or your father is doing something wrong, you have no instinct that in you, and that is what you're exposed to.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to say, Mom, you can't be doing that at home. That's principle and discipline. And she's going to say, wow, this is my son speaking to me. But it's that is just how I grow. I know discipline, I know respect, I know loyalty. That has to be implemented. So it's a high probability that the child might come out as a good apple.
Yeah.
You get me? Well, as I said, if for example, if you go to jail right now and see the jailers, for example, the newcomers, you get me? The jailers that are in there a long time, they might say, hey boy, you have to pick some ackee tonight, you know. You get me? And they might say, oh, you talk to, you get me? From the start, get beaten, you know, him understand, say,
Yeah,
yo, I have to pick ackee. And as I said, the dominant influence forces you to conform to it. And if the dominant influence is discipline, respect, and loyalty in the family, that is how you're going to become and produce.
Free.
It is what it is.
Free. But,
Yeah.
you know, not to carry our final topic is having open opinions.
Open opinions.
Having
You know,
own-
everybody is obligated to
Yeah.
having their own opinion, own point of view. So, but you know, some persons may not think that way. Some person may think, oh, what they say is that's how it should go.
Yeah.
Alright, to be honest, on the open opinion question now, alright. It always been, your opinion, if it not make sense to somebody else, it not gonna make no sense. You say it to them.
The very wonderful point in it. That is a
That's
very
wonderful.
You get me?
wonderful
Because
point. That is a very wonderful.
me and you talk and you show me your opinion, say, oh, you know, say differently still. You know, say we'd have a stadium or we'd have a football club down there, so it's better for some of them youth and them look at things. You while you go say, oh, you know, say that idea they don't work. Just say if we'd have a club up here, so and be a girl up there. You see
Alright,
me?
for example,
So, you know, always, no, people don't always go with your opinion. It's like, it always end up that they don't go with your opinion.
alright, let me ask you a
And that's the
question.
real who know where you say, and know say, oh, you know, say, what you must say on a foolishness, that is it.
Alright, let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Because I always tell my friends that here, if the person is not mentally mature to grasp the concept of different perspective, do not talk to them. Because they will not draw you down to zero level and be to experience which is ignorance and violence. Furthermore, do you agree that, for example, that looks are based on results? Because I mean, like, if I go to the gym every day and I'm getting muscular, I'm getting, for example, unique, I'm looking good, in shape, and the girl tell me, say, you know, say sexy, you get me? I like how your thick and your chest big and look sexy, and I want to go with it, you get me? And for example, I get this frequently. Do you understand that looks are based on results? And do you understand that opinions are based on results? So for example, if I tell that, here what? Silver is much more expensive than gold. That's rubbish. Because
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is a fact? A fact is something that is commonly known and proven to be true.
Yeah.
So what is commonly known and proven to be true is that gold is much more valuable than silver. But that is just my opinion. But is it formed from facts? And is it articulate and unique that it can be considered as facts? And this is why I say open opinions can also lead to things that are detrimental. If I walk around and say, well, I don't want to be a man today, I want to be a girl. I put on, for example, a skirt, put on a panty, I dress like a woman. I walk in, for example, a hood. You get me? Or, for example, Walton Park or one of the dangerous places. What are you think going to happen to me? They're going to beat me, it will cause death. And that is just having an open opinion. Having an open opinion, as I said, it causes homosexuality, transgender,
Yeah, man, yeah.
strife, war, chaos. That is having an
Because
open
that is
opinion.
your opinion, you
Your
know, where
opinion.
you,
But the thing
you
is, it is not
believe, you know.
it is not formed from facts, and it is not articulated or unique that it can consider as facts. And this is why I say, I tell people all the time, before you act, you decide. Before you decide, you think. Before you decide, before you think, focus. And if you do that, you can picture life as a chessboard and say, hey, what? If I make this move, I'm going to get checkmate. Or if I make that move, he's going to take my pawn or my knight. So hey, what? I'm going to picture it as a chessboard and say, what? I'm going to make
Yeah,
this
man,
move.
because life is like a chessboard for
Exactly.
children, man. Yeah, who play it best, you know.
Exactly. Who
Oh,
play
yeah.
best.
Play the
It's
game,
just,
innit?
it's just
Exactly.
like, you know,
For real, man.
me have an opinion, but it's your duty if you want to believe that my opinion is true or it's not true. It's just like Andrew Tate. Many people call him, oh, he's misogynistic or he's this or he's
Yeah.
that. But we knowing in society, we listening to him, knowing, having our knowledge, having that grasp knowledge of knowing things of this society and world. We say, oh, you know, I'm a talker true, but some people are so dumb folk, what you call the word, they're
delusional.
They're
Oh, yeah.
delusional. They're delusional to the fact that what he is saying is factual because they want to deny, and they're like, wait, no,
question
decent, you know?
What is reality? Reality is the truth, right?
Yeah.
Reality is a fact, right? Reality is if I throw my phone, it shall fall, right?
Yeah.
That's gravity, and that is reality.
Yeah.
And that is facts. And everybody has to abide by that, whether or not they want to believe it or have an open opinion, right?
Yeah.
So as I said, if a fact is something that is commonly known and proven to be true, how can you know, tell me your opinion when the facts are there?
That's the thing.
And this is why I say having open opinions is dangerous. And I'm not saying and I'm not saying that you should shut your mouth and say, well, I'm
Yeah,
not
you know,
opinion.
if you have no opinion, yeah.
As I said,
Everyone is
you should
obligated to opinion.
exactly. As I said, just for example, articulate your opinions around facts, so it even can be considered as facts.
Yeah.
That is what I'm saying. You will make better friends. You attract better people. You make better steps to life. You become a better person.
Yeah.
Self-improvement. Success is not something that a person, you know. If I, for example, get all the money and separate it equally among all the people, you know what's going to happen, for example, couple years? It's going to go back in the same pockets. Because it's going to circulate maybe a one month of Benz. A man will sell the car and get it. A man want a food. A man will sell the food, get it. It's going to circulate and come back in the same pockets. So understand that success is something you attract by self-improvement. And how self-improvement, you have to work on yourself. Know how you articulate yourself, the friends that you choose, what you say, what you do. You get me?
Choosing the right from wrong.
Exactly. Having open opinions can be dangerous, but people don't look at it that way. As I said, people that are mentally mature and can cross the concept of different persons, you understand. But people that are delusional, most people, you get me? They will say,
Cause an argument out tight to man. Yeah, man, for
and
real,
this is why I
man.
say, what? If they're not mental mature to grasp the concept of different perspective, they will draw it down and beat it to their own game, which is ignorance and violence. They leave it.
That's true.
But guys, we have come to the end of the podcast. I hope that you learned something. It was very informative. And thank you, my brother, for coming on. You feel me? Because,
Yeah, my brother, man,
I appreciate the opinions. You feel me? But some most of the opinions are facts, So
Yeah,
respect
man.
for coming on. And my brother, as usual, thank you for coming on. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. His link is going to be down in the description. I hear that he has a YouTube channel with music. Make sure you go support his music. And my brother over here has his podcast channel. Make sure you go subscribe. All links will be in the description below. So, further ado.
And guys, remember that you can't decide how you're going to die. You can't decide when you're going to die, but you can decide how you're going to live, which is now.
Yeah,
So
that's
get
true.
into it.
But y'all, I hope y'all enjoy that video, man. And like the video, share it to your friends, and tell a family member, man. I'm out. Peace.